Hi everybody, it's Sandra Green here from a very blowy and windy Cheshire. I've stepped outside to get some fresh air and to record this video because it's just so beautiful near where we work, and I wanted to get some of that air and get my lungs going. And I also wanted to talk to you about a couple of things today. Firstly, I was at a really good network this morning up in Lancashire. It's quite a long way to go, and there were some great people. There's always great people to meet with different perspectives. But what I loved more were the speakers. There were a couple of great speakers, and one in particular stood out, and I wanted to share some of the insights and help you think about what you can do based on what the insights I gained today. So the guy who was there and was speaking was a chap who calls himself the Sleep Geek. I'll say that again, the Sleep Geek. So he's a sleeping expert, and he was brilliant. And he told a funny story about how he had insomnia for many years, and his family sold mattresses. So quite an irony, I'm sure. But he went on to give loads of practical suggestions and thoughts about how do we maintain our best self and how do we learn to sleep in the right way. And one of the things that struck me, well, lots of things struck me actually, but he talked a lot about how each of us has our own sleep pattern, and each of us has our own necessary hours of sleep. And this whole idea that everybody needs 8 hours is not relevant. And he talked about how to get to sleep and how to improve sleep patterns and what to do if you've got a snoring partner and things like that. But he also reminded me of some work that had been done by another guru who I admire hugely, a chap called Steve Radcliffe, who has written a great book called Future Engage Deliver. And I've done a lot of work on his principles around the whole leadership field. And he talks, one of his frameworks is what he calls the 4 energies. You see that, 4 energies. And it kind of relates really to the stuff that I heard this morning, and I thought, well, this might be an interesting video to record for you, to get you thinking about how are you getting in your best emotional and energetic state day in and day out. So the 4 energies, let me tell you what they are. The first one is around physical energy. So this is the energy that we need and we use every day to keep our resilience up, to keep our determination up, to help us make decisions, to help us have clear thinking, and just to give us the overall energy. Repeating myself, the physical energy, I guess, is fairly self-explanatory. The second one, sorry, the second energy is our intellectual energy, or our IQ, and this energy is all about the energy of creativity, of innovation, of thinking, of rationale, of analysis, of logic, it's all the things, the problem solving stuff. It's all the stuff we tend to use in huge quantities at work, and many organisations are driven by a high level of intellectual energy. And again, important that we have good levels of intellect, we develop our intelligence, and we never stop learning and growing. So that's the second one. The third energy is our emotional energy, our EQ. And you've heard me talk about EQ before, but our emotional energy is our connection with other people. It's the way we collaborate. It's the way we tap into what's important about relationships. It's about how we engage with people. It's all the things on the people side of things that give us a sense of connection and purpose with somebody else. And again, we can often overuse the emotional energy. We can and we can sometimes find that it's sapped too. So that's the third one. And the fourth one is our spirit energy. So our spirit energy is much more around who we are as humans. What is our identity? What's important to us in life? What are our passions? What are the things that drive us, the compass that we live by and that we lead by? And what's really interesting about the work from Steve Radcliffe is that he found that organisations are predominantly using 2 of the 4 energies, physical and intellectual. So there's a huge amount of being present, of debate, of meetings, of brainstorming, and there's a lot of that emphasis on the intellect and the physical. And the emotional energy, the people energy, and the spirit energy, that self-identity, are significantly reduced. And it can often cause a conflict, can't it? Because if we ourselves, so me personally, you may not be surprised to hear, my energy is hugely EQ and also a spirit energy. I have quite a strong spiritual side to me, and when you realise this and you know that it can help to explain why there can often be a values misalignment if an organisation is structured in the way. And the key thing with this model is that it's about identifying what your energies are, knowing what you need to turn up and turn down, but also it is about balance. It's about how do I get all of the energies in perspective. And the physical energy is the one that enables all the other energies to take place. So when we're physically drained and we're physically tired, it's very hard to do the thinking, to do the engagement, to work out our long-term vision and our legacy if we haven't got that inner motivate, that inner resources to keep going. And that was what the talk this morning was about, that sleep can be a killer, in that we can often sleep so badly, and I, as I say, I just wanted to share that with you today, and hope that you've enjoyed it, and to get you thinking more importantly about what are your energy levels, what energy levels are you using and not using, what are the energy levels in your organisation. And someone once described them as tanks. Think of them as kind of 4 tanks on your back, and think about them as you need to fill up those tanks, and how are you relaxing, how are you replenishing, and how are you keeping yourself in your best self state. So your assignment this week is to get noticing and get thinking and get observing what gives you energy, what takes your energy away, who are the people that give you energy, who are the people that take it away, and what are you doing to re-energize yourself. All right? That's it for this week. Have a great week, and always send me your comments and your questions. Always love to hear from you. All right, take care. Thanks. Bye.